Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. So, wow, it's absolutely unbelievable how much events, how they go around, political events, different situations in different countries, how that goes around, how media shows things. We're not going to dive today too much in politics, but so I have been working with people behind the scenes, and a lot of men who are working on the fiancé visa have been experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety from the Ukrainian or Russian ladies that have been watching the news, and they've been tuning in into events in US and the riots and all these demonstrations and racial issues and all of that. So basically, that creates fear. That creates a lot of fear. And today we're gonna talk. I'm not planning to stay for too long. So if you have some valuable thoughts, don't mind to share. I will. If I don't read your comments, I still will read your comments after the live. So thank you so much for sharing. I just want to address it because it's very relevant. So this whole situation, you have to understand, my dear friends. mm, Ukrainian women are not looking to risk their life. They are not looking to get killed. Uh, they not. They don't. They have. They literally picked up on this vibe on rioting and everything. We don't really we have certain events on Maidan some time ago when people did a few things, but this is so rare and so unprecedented the way it goes in US. So for a regular, you have to understand that for a regular uh, Ukrainian or Russian person, this is an absolute nightmare, and it looks like hell on earth because they don't know that you can stay away from riots. You can go to a smaller town. uh, you can go to um, some areas where it's a lot more peaceful. They don't really know about these things. I had my friends calling me and my family calling me day and night and worrying that somebody just decide that show acts of violence. And they also understand, they don't really understand the whole racial thing. I think a lot of local people do not understand how things really are and the double standard on how everything how wrong everything is going at the moment, how everything it was wrong at one time, and now I feel like it goes just as wrong but to another point. But once again, I'm gonna try to stay away from the politics, because you have to understand, Ukrainian women, Russian women, and people in general, they do not understand American politics. They do not understand what the hell is going on. So Ukrainian women are scared, and we're gonna talk about relationships. So Ukrainian women are thinking, why in the world I would leave Kiev, Ukraine, or Kharkiv, Ukraine, or Odessa, Ukraine, and go where I can be attacked just for being certain color and being presumed, or being attacked just because people of all colors, actually, if we are real, getting attacked by this violent rioters, right? They watched some news. They watched, the horrible damage that had happened, when it's just so barbaric. It's so vandalizing, and you have to understand that when you see this on the news, you feel that this is entire country. So they feel so helpless and so um, scared. This is just fear. So they want to go for a better, right? For a better. They want to go for the better life. They want to go for the better future, but would they get? Will they get the better life? Will they get the better future? So they very much concerned, and I let's focus on the relationship aspect of this once again. So I had several of my clients reaching out to me and saying, we had committed relationship and I proposed, or I was going to propose, but she's pulling away from me and she does not necessarily want to come here anymore. She's scared, her family is scared, and I'm not really sure if this is gonna work out. So here is the thing. This situation will really this situation will really show you how genuine and how serious and how dedicated both of you are. Will she be able to listen to you, and will you be able to explain her that yes, it's definitely taking place, but it's not happening on every street, and there are ways to avoid these areas, and most people don't live in urban places, and so on and so forth. I'm not gonna do the work for you, but the question to you: would you be able to be a person that could step into her shoes and explain to you that yes, it looks horrible and it does happen, but, and share with her whatever way you want to share about this, and just explain to you, like, I'm talking to you right now, and when riots were happening, I was still didn't really have any worries, but I don't know where you live. Maybe you are in a major city, maybe your business got hurt, or it's awful. It's worse than a hurricane. I don't want to go through the rabbit hole because I'm so outraged by this whole situation. But we had enough of negativity, so it's your job as a man to be able not to push her, not to force her, but connect with her and kind of explain that it does look scary, but it doesn't mean that she gonna get hurt or you're gonna get hurt. And you will really have to step up. You would really have to find a way to connect with her and explain to her and show her how this all works. Once again, I'm not gonna do the work for you, but here is another thing, guys. Are you even listening? I'm gonna take a little break, just a minute. Just a minute. Somebody is asking if I'm live. And I'm taking a moment to share with you. So please listen. This is about relationships. Don't get me into politics. I have passion for politics. I try to hide it, but you can't hide the passion. So we are talking today. Oh, hey Bill, welcome. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for rejoining the call. So this conversation is not about politics. Whatever you believe in, whatever you want to do, I don't want to hear about your examples. Thank you, Terry, for taking care of it. I don't care. I'm not gonna be talking about who. We can go on and on this. Don't get me mad. Don't get me mad. I will make specifically for you, for those of you all who want me to go down the rabbit hole, I will make a video exactly how a Ukrainian immigrant looks at all of this BS. And things gonna get real, and for all I care, you can unsubscribe. Because I'm not blind, I'm not dumb, and I can think and analyze, and I see situations better than anybody can imagine. Okay, so I may or may not do this video. It's gonna be my decision. Bill, don't give me advice. It's my channel. Okay, so it's not gonna be violent. It's not gonna be angry. But I'm just show you. I will show you some things, and you better check your facts. Okay, you check your facts, and then you come and tell whatever you want. But today, it's like when you have a room full of men, it's impossible not to talk about politics. But politics will not keep you warm at night. So let's talk about women instead, okay? Once again, politics will not keep you warm at night. That's why we're gonna talk about ladies instead. So, um, I just feel like switching off the video and just go about my day. Guys, that's why we have I'm gonna be making more videos and maybe on Zoom, and we're gonna have more private videos. I'm considering to making some extra platforms where you can see live videos and they are not public, because I just can't take this abuse. People have absolutely no respect for what you do. They try to trigger you, and they definitely don't have their facts together. So, if in the middle of this, I'm gonna get attacked again, um, I'm just gonna switch off this video, and I just gonna make videos for my group, for my Patreon, or for people who appreciate me. Okay, because thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much. Yes, I know you are on the list. Joseph is thank you for being honest. This is really important, especially to me. Yes, Joseph, I got your letter and I responded to you. Thank you so much for the support. That sure feels good at the moment like this. That there are people who actually appreciate the news, the insight you're trying to deliver for those who need this. So thank you so much, Joseph. We're starting a new momentum. A new momentum. So what do you do? She is afraid. She is imagining this horrible picture. It doesn't look like puppies and butterflies. It doesn't look that is a better life. It looks that you can get shot for no good reason. And for all of you all, for all of you all that are so worrying, if you get your facts right, you will know how many people completely innocent of both races, of all races, of all walks of life, have been shot and murdered during these riots. Okay, so don't BS me over here. Do you realize how scary that looks? And also people's businesses, people's work creations. So it's really, showing this this violence and this vandalism in many places. It was not people, it was hard to stop with the police. It's just such a disaster. So Ukrainian women feels that, oh my god, I'm gonna be the victim, they're gonna kill me. Do you know that some people that saw that the protest going the wrong way, they were trying to leave and they got shot? I'm just gonna say by their own people. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I think it was like 25 or 26-year-old girl. She saw how wrong this is going. She went to her car, boom, gone. So, most of it, not the some of these things are going on TV, and this is very disturbing because that makes you feel so unprotected and scared. So this is your job. This is your job, my dear friends. Let's take me away from politics, please. Take me away. Take me away. This is your job to explain her that this is basically something similar that in Ukraine we had on Maidan. I think it was 2014, when people just were vandalizing, as if vandalization of the property and of people's hard work and killing innocent people somehow makes justice. There was experience, but it was I can't believe, was it 6 years ago? My God, it was already 6 years ago when I saw that vandalism, and I was literally in tears. I was just watching this. It's like, it's so much easier to destroy something or kill somebody than actually build something. My answer to all of this: well, you don't like this, build something better. Um, you will have to find a way. I don't know what state you live at. I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't know what you believe in, but if this is your job, to just tell you this is more like an accident, is that it doesn't happen that often, and there are safe places to stay during this time, whatever. You will have to find a way. But on the other hand, I want to tell you something else. I was working today with a client and his fiancée, because in his case, when he sent me his story, his situation, I could feel that his potential fiancé, or actually not potential fiancé, his potential wife, started to basically falling off. And I realized that something is really, really off, because the woman who is dedicated to you, she's not going to walk away from you because of certain events. She's not going to walk away from you because things are not perfect. Okay. Basically, to make a long story short, there are women that will use the situation to kind of lead you on. There are women that will say, oh, well, I don't want to risk my life, or my family does not want me to die. What else? Just a minute, guys. So much light. She will feel as if there is an ultimatum, or she will tell you that, I have this ultimatum, I have all my family, they don't want me to go because of these events, and who do I choose? Do I choose you, or do I choose my family? And in this situation, if you take the right steps, you can actually get an answer if this woman was ever for real. Because if she comes up with a bunch of excuses and all these things, it may mean that she was never for real. It may mean that she never was truly genuine. It is a very sensitive subject, guys. I want you to understand. It is very sensitive issue. So I have several appointments this week and tomorrow, and it's very, very hard to get it all done. But you see, it could be all real, and there is just fear for life. That is a normal fear. We all fear for our life, especially when you can just get attacked as a form of justice. And of course, TV. TV never shows people who get along. TV never shows people who love each other. TV never shows um, how much of good happens, how many people of different colors and professions and ages, and TV never shows us. I had experienced a lot of amazing things, and before I opened this channel I had this idea. I Before I had any channels at all, I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to open a channel and it would be called Good News Channel. So where we would say about other 99% of people that get along every single day, despite of their religion, race, color, gender, age, and all of these social economic status and all of that. But the way the media shows us, it is really super scary. So you may or may not be able to solve these things by yourself. This is a crucial situation. So this is a very critical point. It may go this way or this way. It's really, when things are on the edge, it's gonna go. It's not gonna. It's gonna be moment of truth, because if she trusts you, if you can calm her down, and if she trusts you, everything gonna work out. If she will go for the fear and she will withdraw, that will also show you a lot of things you didn't know, you were not prepared for. Okay, so it is really important to have this conversation. And today I was talking to a client of mine, and actually his fiance, and really didn't like what I discovered. I really didn't like what I discovered. I felt that it was manipulation, it was guilt, and that was not genuine feeling. I know exactly what choices Ukrainian women make when she is in love, because I was one myself. Once again, I know exactly what kind of choices Ukrainian lady makes. Not just Ukrainian, any genuine woman that is in love makes. Because I was in that situation as well. And so you have to be very cautious, because you don't want to be you don't want anybody to lead you on. Okay, you don't want somebody to use the politics or use the difficulty to lead you on. The woman that loves you, she will find a way to overcome this with you together. She will not let the fear, she will let you to protect her, to explain it to her, and to lead you. Terry, thank you so much. Okay, Terry's saying, please allow Veronika to share the topic at hand. She is giving what the Ukrainian people may be perceiving. Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate this. Thank you so much. I appreciate your generosity and your support. Um, I'm gonna consider, guys, for people who really want to learn and do things, I'm gonna have more options. I'm gonna learn some more technical things. So some of the lives we can have that would be unlisted and not available for public. And thank you, Terry, so much for having my back and deleting the comments. I really appreciate this. I'll tell you. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. You guys, always know where to step up your game. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. And Bill is saying, have no fear. God's got your back. Thank you. Well, God have no hands but ours, and no other forces but humans. So thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. So I don't know if I will keep this video or not. But this is just, well, if you're on my Patreon, you will see this. This video, guys, is not about blaming. I'm gonna say this again. This video is not about blaming. It's not about assigning fault. This video is just, I am reaching out to you. I'm telling you about the problem. You are not aware how America perceived in other countries. To me, I'm gonna share with you perspective on this. So when I was, before I came to US, um, I was watching movies. I think I saw that America was New York for an average Ukrainian, unless you watching blogs and you know that basically America is a big village with some 10 or whatever major cities, which is fine. Um, when I before I came to US, I was watching the movies, and to me, America was New York because they would show always New York in the movies. Then there was this Dallas, this beautiful, kind of like a soap opera, where was these beautiful people. Was it Dallas? Yeah, I think it was called Dallas, and they were all wearing fur coats and have this gorgeous women. I thought to myself, wow, these people are stunning. I want to be like them. So, and then LA. So Ukrainian people are judging. Yes, soap opera, right? I was better. I could know better than watching a soap opera, but the reason why I would watch it because I was like, who are these people? Like how they can be that beautiful? That's unbelievable. Um, just this picture of this total glam, and then you come here and people could be, well, breeze, and it can be quite the opposite in the regular places, right? You come here and you just don't realize, like, you can't understand why people look so much different than on TV, so on the movie. So it's very, very confusing. But when you are not traveling, I want you to understand, guys, when you're not traveling, the only thing that you can see is media, news, TV. Now there are bloggers. I follow a few bloggers who making their blogs in United States, and they showing just casually, they film everything for the Russian followers. So the word is out there. People know that it's a lot different, but you have to understand when there is a tragic event, in such as fire or riots or whatever. Like, I literally had to switch off my phone. I told to my parents, I am alive, period. I'm okay, I live in a village, period. So I had to literally switch off my phone because I was trying to have some peace on Sunday, and everybody who I knew from Ukraine, were just bombarding me because, well, I appreciate that, but that just shows you that people see that and they think that literally we have people running after us with guns, and so it's just super scary. And I agree, this is not about assigning fault or blaming somebody. It's about trying to get in their shoes. And if you really relate, if you get in their shoes, what happens is they relate to you, and you can build your trust, make it stronger. And it's a situation that as a couple, as a people who trust each other, you can overcome. And this is an opportunity for you to show your leadership and to tell her exactly what you would do in a situation and what's around you, and just calm her down. But once again, on the other hand, you men, American men, going to experience two kind of some ladies who were leading you on anyway are going to blame this current circumstance and basically move on. I'm gonna say this again. Some ladies who were leading you on anyway are going to use this circumstance and find a great excuse and just move on. So if you need my help, I can help you with one thing that I could help you with is that I could talk to your lady. I have these appointments, once in a while, not that often. I usually talk to men, but it's different when sometimes you try to explain something and the woman that, or a man that is from their nationality in their country, basically somebody that is similar to them, explain them in their words. It's a little bit different. You may not need to do this. You may be able to have conversations, but one thing that I could do for you is that I could see how real that is, and whether that is just an excuse to keep you on the hook and move on, or lead you on, or just escape and either openly close the door or kind of have you on the hook and keep you in the air. So I can kind of read all these not always verbal things. Once again, you may not need it. You may have great understanding. You may have your own interaction, but just consider that this is one of the things that I could help you with. I imagine myself in that situation if I would be right now over there. I'm not sure I would have a burning desire to leave, but if I would talk to somebody who lives here, that can just tell me just the reality of it, or if I have great understanding, which I did have, because we didn't have any language barriers or anything like that, and really strong connection and trust. If you have that, you can overcome it. But I just want to tell you that you may be in a situation when your girl is not that deeply connected to you, and she will go and choose to go a different direction. Meanwhile, you'll be hanging in the air and thinking this is your fiance. I'm gonna tell you a secret. A genuine Ukrainian woman, feminine woman, Russian, Ukrainian, or any other feminine woman would always choose a man over her family. I'm gonna say this again. I'm going to say this again. The woman that truly loves you, the woman that is traditional. I'm not saying she's better than others, but if she's traditional, she will choose you. If she has that level of connection with you, if she has level of trust, if she loves you deeply, she will choose you over any friend, any family member, over her mom and her dad. Even though in Ukrainian reality the family ties are much stronger, and she will choose you for a reason, because she is not a baby, she is not a toddler, she is not in middle school. She's a woman and she wants to have a child and she wants to have a family, and that is most important. Are you guys following with this? So I cannot give you a super precise vision for all of your situations. I know many of my subscribers going to, and I know Joseph is having a situation, and probably John I saw John Poldrick here too. Hopefully you have understanding on this, but this is something that should not be taken lightly. It's really important to get a good grip on reality and make your connection even stronger, right? You can actually make your connection even stronger. You you know, once again, it's completely up to you what you're gonna do. But I'm giving you a hint. I don't know your exact situation, your details, but I'm giving you a hint. If she truly loves you, she will choose you over any circumstance. Once again, she will choose you over any circumstance, because we're supposed to separate from our parents when we are grown. We need to create our own. So thank you so much, everyone, for the kind word. Thank you so much. I don't know what it is. It's almost like this balance. Every time there is some negative forces, I feel all these positive forces and such a generous support from you, from all of you, and especially some of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna read some comments. I'm done. Not gonna add anything more to this. Um, Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. Oh, thank you, John. I'm so glad. By the way, John, uh, thank you so much for the wonderful letter you had sent me. I actually wrote a reply, but I've never hit the buttons. Thank you so much. The letter you sent me just made me feel so wonderful. Thank you so much, and I'm so glad that I had helped you with better understanding with your fiance. You are two peas in a pie, two peas in a pot. However, you said you're gonna be. Listen, every real relationship have bumps on the road. Okay, let's be real. But I have no worry about you and your lady. You almost like, I'm talking to John Paldrick. You almost like twins. You know, you almost like twins. It's your connection is amazing, and I'm always happy to help you and reassure you. Right. Absolutely, Jonathan. You have to totally be honest and explain things as much as possible. It builds tremendous trust. It does. You see, when you hide some things, when you put some things under the rug, sooner or later, the person you're with gonna find out about those things, and they will think, okay, this is a lie, that is a lie, this was hidden from me. So how much of the truth, how much of the genuine is in this person? You know, when you catch somebody on a lie, you start doubting everything else. Okay, now we are not perfect, and another side of the coin is that we have a natural desire to be better. That has nothing to do with lying or being deceiving. When we fall in love with somebody, it's like an inner force that you want to be the best you've ever been. It's almost like, you're taking a drug. I found out some things that my husband at the time hid from me, but they were really adorable in a way. He just hid everything because not everything, but few things about him, because he was terrified that if I would know them, I wouldn't marry him. And the truth is, I would not. But I really do not regret for everything that taken place in our brilliant boy, and all the journey and all the great things that we had shared and all the amazing things. So I was, when you love somebody and there are some innocent so-called white lies, that just makes you feel, he was he just never believed that I was interested in him. So he was terrified and he hid quite a few things. They were not, it was just really super cute. And I told him, it was almost endearing or touching because, he was just trying to be, he was just trying to do his best. And once again, my son said, "Boy, I'm sure glad he catfished you." That had taken part as well, but it was all little things and cute things, because when you love somebody, you forgive, and you just like, when you realize that somebody is just trying to do their best, they're afraid to lose you, you just forgive that. Some men lie about their age. I was surprised to learn it wasn't him, but some men lie about their age. Some men lie about some other stuff. But listen, I do not recommend to do that. Listen to this one. If you can come out ugly and she still likes you, you are in a good shape. If you can, if you are in a situation when she saw the worst in you, then you have a chance to build up from that moment. Okay? So some things are just meant to be. Some things are amazing. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, my marriage did not work out. Oh, this did not work out." But if you think about it, uh, every relationship, if that was genuine, it had a thriving time. It had a beautiful time that brought its experience, that brought its fruits. And it's not that it did not work out. It worked out for a certain time. But still, my dear friends, I do not encourage you to openly lie or make things up, okay? I just like this main feeling of supporting each other. So thank you guys for being so welcoming. Yes, John is a wonderful man. He's John is like one of these classic, high quality, straightforward, manly men, such as many of you on my streams, which I surely appreciate. This channel is not welcoming snowflakes, right? Oh, thank you, Bill. Bill is saying, "I want to be the best I've ever been." Wow. Woo! You see, that's what I'm talking about. Um, this is often you just have a drive to, you just inspired. You just inspired so much. I remember in our early days, I would get a call from freezing Michigan, and Russ would tell me, "Oh, I didn't eat today. I forgot my jacket, but I'm just so jacked up. I'm so excited. I'm so happy." Love gives us energy and wings, and it just brings us all the way up. So I like your enthusiasm, Bill, and I believe that. Yes, we are politically incorrect over here. But on the other hand, I'm not threatening or putting down anybody who have different beliefs. It's not about personal attack. It's about sharing some values, agreeing on some, maybe disagreeing on some. If you smart, you know what my beliefs are. But once again, once again, it's not about attacking. It's about seeing how we can benefit uh, and have a meaningful interaction, and how I can help you to achieve your goal, right? Meanwhile, I feel like I have some members that can take over the call. Um, I actually have an idea for a call-in party. and I'm gonna share that with you guys. Once again, I have an idea for a call in party. So I will share Zoom link. You guys know Zoom. I will create completely different Zoom link, and one of my moderators will drop the link. So maybe if you have an interesting story or perspective, or you are one of my crazy super chatters, super chatters, you have something to say, you can jump on and I will access you on a different device and you can just call in on the show. I think that would be really fun. I need to work on technical part of this, and one of these days it will be really fun to have this interaction. What do you guys think about that? Yes, Jim, that is respect. Terry, it's not about, saying something correctly. It's not about, being perfect or anything like this. The point is just, when you don't know what to say, when you're afraid to do something wrong, the best thing what you can do is just being genuine. Just say how it is. Just being genuine, because you cannot go wrong with sharing how you feel. Because if the woman you're with denying your feeling, okay, if the lady you are with denying your feelings, then how do you think you will ever get along? So there is no right or wrong. It's a learning experience, and there is no right or wrong. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Yes. So it's probably gonna be a link, and we're gonna have a call-in party. Oh, thank you, Terry. Let's see. Terry saying, Bill, you have all the best qualities. Veronika will give it that special polish. Well, I sure hope so. I sure hope that there are gonna be certain things that you can learn and use the best of the both words, right? Worlds. I learned from you as well. So thank you so much, Terry. That is very kind of you. People are getting compliments over here. Bill, thank you for the Patreon link. And so for the call in, I'm gonna make completely different Zoom link, and it's gonna be open for public. So, we can even have, a mini consultation, and you can hear how that's happening. Probably for a mini consultation, you'll have to throw something in a jar so other people kind of, so everybody can get a priority place. So if I have nobody else, you can go in. If there are some people that invest something, I will go let them first, and then you can hop in. It's just, I don't think it's going to be a big of a problem. I'm sure that we will work it out. Just, I don't want this to be about one person taking the entire call, but that's good. Maybe Friday. Oops, I don't know if I'll be available this Friday. I'm going to think about, and I'm going to make an announcement, and Terry and Bill and Lance will get a Zoom link, so you guys can drop it. I won't be able to do the hangout this Friday, but maybe Thursday night. I will consider that. Either Thursday night, or we can do it next week. We can do it next Monday or something like this. Your girl needs to socialize, all right? So, and I hope that you will also get out of your shell, right? Yes, that's the thing. So when we are falling in love with somebody, when we have feelings to somebody, what happens? Actually, the person we are in love with basically triggers who we were meant to be. When you have this feeling of inspiration, of overwhelming love, of just you feel so good about yourself, you feel good about the world, you don't honk in the traffic, you don't show middle finger to somebody who cut you off, you are nice to everybody, you are shining, you are confident, you just have this happiness. Basically the person who you have feelings for, just on a spiritual level, reconnects you with yourself. This is the person you were always meant to be. And maybe if you would have been living like that, feeling fulfilled and happy and sharing joy with others, whether you have a partner or not, this partner will be appearing in your life. Okay? Do you understand? This partner or another partner, basically we are too lazy to work on our, I'm just being real, we are too lazy to work on our life, to live every moment full, fully. So usually we have that feeling when we fall in love with somebody. Once again, the person we fall in love, it just triggers that connection between you and you. Because if you understand, you understand. I don't want to go too much. We can talk about this, but I think that everybody understands on their level what I mean by this. Um, Certain people bring that potential, that positivity in us, that all this good stuff. So I say, even if that person is no longer there, keep the good stuff. Because the other person is not in your control, but sometimes you were meant to meet somebody to discover all the goodness inside of you, and the person who is radiant and shiny and friendly and kind is never lonely. You always make connections with people, you create that aura that draw people in. Here I come. Thank you, Jim. Jim is saying, what a great response. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I'll take it. Thank you. Yes, certain people do bring the best in you, they inspire you. Uh, but honestly, it's really, really important to inspire yourself, because the other person cannot always hold you as a subject of their attention. Here I come, guys. All my secrets. The other person can't always hold you as a subject of their attention. They have this and this, and they have to be over there sometimes. So this is your job to feel that shine no matter what's going on. That is your job. How sometimes when you don't get attention, you don't get some responses, you starting to go overboard. Just take this as the inspiration and find ways inside of you that triggers those beautiful feelings. Exactly, Terry. Have the courage to open up and explore those feelings, and you will shine. Yes. There is no point to be like this. There is no point to be um, tight and scared. There is no point. I had a request from one of my subscribers um, about fear of falling in love. So I may record the video on that. I would say there should be fear if you never loved somebody. That should you be afraid of. Yeah. Joseph, I had responded to your letter. I'm sorry, I was just, I needed to take time off this weekend. Um, I love what I do, but it does take a mental toll just because. So I offered you a few options how I can help you. Uh, One thing that you can do is if you could write me, well, you will see my response to you. Um, I really need to know more details about your situation um, to be able to give you certain pointers. And I'm, I can tell that things will definitely get better. But if you listen to this live attentively, I do have concerns when certain things arise. Uh, but it depends on the foundation and level of trust you have built. So if you provide me more details, I may be able to help you better, whether no matter what you decide to do. And also, if you consider, it would be wonderful to have you on our Patreon. You may need an ongoing support. If you want to share some things, you can hop on some of our Zoom chats and you can just share. I can just give you a clue at the call, so you don't even have to get a personal service. But it's very different because some people really want to talk in person about the details. But I'll do what I can. How about that? My power is that I know the difference between the woman that really wants to be with a man and how she acts and what she says and what she does, and the woman that gives you the idea that she wants to be with you, but this is just a poof. And sometimes for men, it's next to impossible to see the difference between the two. Sometimes for men, it's next to impossible to see the difference between the two. Same as for women, it's very often very difficult to realize, which guy is for real and which guy just puts a show to win over you, just to get you. He kind of gives you this narcissistic, you are his narcissistic supply, and then he love bombing you, and then he's out. So a lot of women cannot discern between a genuine man who is always this way, who is always supportive, who is always loving, he is always caring, and some guy who is putting on a show and sending his representative. For many women, this is very triggering. They sometimes cannot choose between the two or three suitors, then only to realize the one that was love bombing them just to win them over, and that's it. A lot of women are very like shiny subjects, and they don't realize that a humble person, a lot of women do not realize which man is genuine without putting on a crazy show, and which man is just there to just for the sake of winning you over. Okay, how would I know that? Right, how would I know this? Aaron, welcome back, my friend. The main fear I have is that my search will last months, longer, some years, because of international pandemics, the world economy, and travel issues. Aaron, are you serious right now? Man, if you want to do it, you gotta do it. Okay? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Aaron, you know what I'm saying? Listen. Wait. Am I in black and white? Okay, I'm gonna go to black and white. Okay, where's my. This is kind of like. Okay, I'm going to black and white specifically for Aaron. Um, Aaron, listen up. There is no issue that can stop you from your pursuit unless you decide to stop. Economical issues will be here forever. Traveling is gonna be. Traveling is stressful. I don't care how you slice it, but traveling is always stressful even without this COVID-19 BS. Yes, this is my retro thing, but I want to tell you guys in black and white. In black and white. It's really up to you. You may decide to stop the pursuit, that is okay. But don't blame the outer circumstance, the corona, the flights, the travels, the economical issue. There's always going to be something going on. Aaron, we can talk off the chat sometime. I think that for gentlemen who are mature, self-sufficient, and financially stable, the best thing to do is to work with a professional person, because you don't have time to play. You don't have time to, check out websites and get yourself in all kinds of BS, because you will pretty much spend a lot of time on this. So if I would be in the shoes, in those shoes, and from my experience, I would just say, from everything I'm doing behind the scenes, the best situation is to hire a professional. If you guys want me to recommend, I have. It depends on where you are in life. I have very, very limited amount of people who I can recommend to help you, and that is something to consider, because if you really want it and you won't take it seriously, it will probably never happen. But do not blame the outer circumstances. Get a strategy. If I'm very good with a strategy for a particular person in a particular situation, if you want a strategy, I can help you with it. I can give you an idea what is the best way for you to go based on the experience that I have. Unless you are not serious about it. If you are not serious about it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to prove anything to nobody. Sometimes we take breaks from things, but if you want to do it, don't blame the outer circumstances. Get a strategy. So, I'm back to color, and I hope that Mr. Turner, you got my response. With all my respect to you, I appreciate you very much. I'm very glad that you attended, one of our mini tours. That was a great opportunity. So John is still here, my dear friend. John is saying, gentlemen, please make the trip. You will enjoy yourself so much. Fear will rob you of a great experience. It's very true. I want to share. I probably will. So this video gonna go to Patreon. I may record a short one to address this topic. I'm gonna share something personal. Men do have this fear of rejection, but what do you have to lose? No is an answer. When I met my future husband at the time, he was fearful to call me. He told me some months later that he was paralyzed by fear. He was paralyzed that I will reject him. He will paralyze that. He said he said some funny things, but basically he was paralyzed, and he used payphone. There are this blue kind of vintage looking payphones, and he had the blue payphone card. It was this little blue payphone card. You put this card with a chip inside of the payphone and you call. And for many years he would carry that blue payphone in his wallet. And I asked him, why do you carry this weird old, kind of raggedy blue card to call? You know what he said? He said, because the amount of anxiety when I was calling you from that dark, that horrible payphone in the darkness, in the rain, I was so fearful, and I almost didn't call you. But then I decided, okay, I'm just gonna call her. If it snows, then it's done. And he was so proud. He felt like that blue, ugly blue card for the payphone changed his destiny. And even years later, when things were not as beautiful as they started, he told me that he still carries that blue payphone card, because he used to say this, I could not believe that this ugly little card connected us together. I cannot believe that this thing decided my destiny. And this is really touching. I hope I'm not gonna start crying here, but a lot of amazing things had came out of that connection. So he was scared, he was terrified, but he still called me. And we actually met that night, and it was a start. But he was so afraid of rejection that he almost did not do it. But then it was like a little keepsake. He would carry this ugly little card everywhere. It's really weird when some people, they just have a different vision of life and romance. So what do you have to lose? Hopefully not your virginity at this point. This definitely goes to Patreon. Aaron is saying, the cultural experience I received with you, Veronika, and group was so valuable. Thank you, Aaron. And that experience put me ahead of any fears of traveling to Ukraine alone. Wonderful. Exactly. Ain't nobody gonna harm Aaron, or anybody else for that matter. Yes, Terry. It's really weird to me. I cannot believe that you need to have an extreme courage to make the call, but it was so nerve-wracking, and I'm really glad that he made that call. The thing is, no matter how things turned out, you never regret genuine things. Oh wow, Jim. I tried to end relationship with my girl because I didn't want to get dumped. Wow. Jim is opening a whole another cans of worms. We'll talk about that. Maybe on our Zoom. By the way, guys, my dear Zoom people, my Patreon members, I may have to move our Zoom call to next Wednesday because I have some deadlines and some very important things that are connected with you know, some administrative things I need to take care of. So I'll let you know on Wednesday morning whether I will be able to host the call on Wednesday. So if I would not, we will move it. We will agree on when we will move the call and we will have it. Okay. Um, I'm just not sure that I'll be able to do it this Wednesday. Um, but we're definitely going to have the call and we'll find, if I cannot, we will find a good time to replace it. So if you are in on a Patreon account, you will see the announcement. Let me read some more comments. Wayne is saying that first phone call is always terrifying. I feel his pain. I guess so. I guess so. Well, Wayne, women are not worried because, why would you worry when you're the prize? I'm just kidding, but this is true. I think women should never be worried because uh, if man doesn't really want you, he is not gonna connect with you. When he wants you, he will find a way, he will surprise you in so many ways. I know, Wayne, I know. Wayne is saying women have all the power. Yes, but you want to pursue us, right? You don't want the woman be calling you, right? Because if she has to call you, you probably don't like her that much. Yeah, he told me that he never, after we had 3 dates, and he never believed that I like him. He just thought that I was nice. And he said, well, I thought you were just thinking, wow, nice old man. Yeah, he actually told me, so he thought, well, she's probably thinking, wow, nice old man. And he decided that I was just polite. Little did he know. Yeah. And he wasn't old. He wasn't old, and he was good looking and very smart, which is highly, and very genuine and very sweet. Maybe some women like men who abuse them, or some women like men who don't like them, or that have mixed signals and all that. I could care less. Women with good self-esteem, they care for stability. They care for somebody who got their back, who they can trust, who is loyal, who is give the confidence. Women who are confident and they know their value, they are not sitting there waiting to get hurt. So, long story short, the nice old man did okay. Anybody I've ever loved had a twisted sense of humor. Surprise, surprise. My best friends, people who I get along with the best, are very twisted. So y'all very twisted too, because you're here. Yes, John, good things will work out. You still need to make plans, you need to build some deadlines, or I mean, create some deadlines. You need to create a plan. Ukrainian and Russian ladies will always see how you deal in the difficult. How do you deal in the known? What do you do? Jim, I'll be very honest with you. I have some major concerns, so we'll talk about that with you. Because somebody tells you that they trust you or they tell you anything, it doesn't always. It really depends. You need to have that real interaction face to face to be able to say these things. If in my relationships that I had in my life, I really don't care so much for what men tell me. If I could write a book on, since I was about 14 years old, well, let's put it, no, let's make me older. Let's say 18, just for the sake of it. If, if I could write a book on everything that different men at different circumstances told me, it would be an encyclopedia. And most Ukrainian women who are feminine could relate to that. So women do not base their trust in their feelings to you, smart women don't at least, on what you told them, because you can tell, you can tell whatever, but it's about the actions that follow up. Even better if the action comes first and then you may be talking about it. That's why I'm sitting here right now. If there would be words and promises and talks about trust and love, I'll be out of this. So I just want to keep it real. You guys know I'm not politically correct. And it's really not about, if you're a man, in a classic traditional way, it's not about what you say. Your words for a smart woman that is discerning only matter when they are heavily followed up with action, and sometimes even when action comes before your words. That seemed to be always the thing. Right, you have 19 months of communication, Jim, but we're gonna talk about this. I'm not giving any I'm not telling you. I'm forgetting English language at the moment. um I'm not giving you a grade, basically, on what's going on. But what I'm saying, yes, they're 19 months, but they are still long distance relationship. It's very much different. Yes, I'm being real, and I know Jim is awesome. Jim always just has such a big heart and understanding for everything. It's a little bit different, when you are in a long distance for so long versus if you would know each other for 3 months but face to face. So there is difference. It may be real, it may be it can be anything. So, oh god, sorry guys. So we will talk, Jim. I have a feeling that we're going to talk soon. So, you can give me more details and I can tell you a perspective. The thing is about, guys, if you think about it, when you are not needy, when you are enjoying the moment, it's really hard to break your heart. Do you guys agree? When you are not a needy person and you enjoying the moment, you enjoying getting to know somebody, you just take a day at a time. It's I don't know. I'm kind of sometimes when you go through life, you overgrow certain things and you understand that what is meant to happen is going to happen no matter what. I may sound a little whimsical and esoteric or whatever, but this is the truth. If your connection meant to happen, it will happen, even if there is quarantine, even if you have a broken leg, even if the world falls apart. If you were meant to be with somebody, it's going to happen. I'm just saying. Aaron, I talked about this in my previous video. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate your support today, and thank you for joining the discussion, sharing, supporting each other, creating the positive vibe, and of course, for my genuine live chat sponsors. I feel very, very appreciated. So I want to thank again my wild my wild super chatters and supporters for the extra love. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the extra care. You know, it never stops to amaze me the way it feels. um, when somebody goes extra mile, and I want you guys, I'm not just talking about my supporters or fans or super chatters, I'm talking about relationships in general. When somebody goes extra mile for you at the moment when it's especially meaningful, honestly, at any moment, when somebody goes extra mile for you, it just really make you believe in a better world. It triggers you, and you realize that the good always win, the love always win, and it just um, when men do go extra mile, when ladies go extra mile on something, it just shows you the beauty of this world. It just shows you that there is always more love, there is always more care, and there is enough for everybody. But most of all, it triggers, we talked about this today, it really triggers the best in you, right? I'm gonna say this again. When you go extra mile in any kind of relationship, it really triggers the best in people. And it's only Monday. That's right. I was really hoping to I'm I was really hoping to do a shorter live, but here we are. Thank you, Terry. And I appreciate your messages you had sent today. I felt very supported, and I felt very protected. I felt that somebody is looking out and helping with keeping the balance in the room. So thank you, Terry, so much. And thank you, Bill, for encouragement. I appreciate it very much as well. And thank you, Joseph. I'm glad you were able to relate to the topic. Um, just 1 minute. Um, yes, thank you, Joseph, as well. I hope that you will find a way to get clarity on your situation. And you know, things are not that complicated as we're trying to make them to be. So, with that being said, I also, of course, want to thank you to all of my members that were able to come today. Thank you, John Pauldrick. I'm so inspired, and I'm so happy for you. You're very appreciated. Oh, thank you, John. That is so nice. You see what I'm talking about? So thank you. I have two Johns. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Terry. Again, Aaron. You know, I mentioned Wayne once, so that's enough. Uh, Joseph, Jim, and all of you guys that had participated today. I will put on Wednesday morning or so, I'll put an update on YouTube and on Patreon about our Zoom. So please forgive me if I won't be able to make it to the Zoom, but I promise you I will be there for our meeting. I cannot wait to hear from you. Oh, Aaron! Aaron is shooting the final bullet. Thank you. Bullet of love, of course. Um, oh, thank you. You're crazy today. Thank you so much, Aaron. I'm gonna read your message. I appreciate that. Aaron is saying, okay, I'm going to try to read it. Let me have some tea first. We are making the best out of the lemons. I saw this cup and I felt like, okay, there is no way I'm leaving the store without this cup. Because love give us lemon. Life give us lemons and love surely give us lemons. And now I'm going to read Aaron's message. It's really hard to read, but I will. Veronika, you are a wonder teacher. You have always gone extra mile for your followers. I'm very happy to be one of your dedicated students. Thank you, Aaron. It feels so good. I really appreciate that, my dear friend. And I'm very glad that you are here today sharing this room with us. And I'm also very glad that you have been taking chances and exploring. And I hope that my black and white message will stay on your mind. That there is no external circumstance that can hold you from your internal goals. Wow, I need to pin this. There is no external circumstance that can hold you from your internal goals unless you change your goals, unless you decide to do something different. Nothing can stop you. Not even Corona. Not even the iPad that is dying. So, Wayne is saying, Ricky could run our Zoom. It might take last 5 hours. I love Ricky. I appreciate Ricky. But we'll see about that. With that being said, guys, much love from Michigan. Beautiful state in summer. Y'all be jealous. Y'all be jealous because it was in 70s today. In 70s. Not 90s, not hundreds, 70s. It was gorgeous day. So I hope you all have a wonderful week filled with joy and appreciation. And I appreciate you more than you ever know. Thank you. And if you have been on the show and you want to rewatch it, please let me know. Okay? If you are not on Patreon, but you were on the show and you want to watch it again, and you were one of my crazy supporters, I will find a way to give you the access to watch it once again. Or hop on Patreon and it will be in the library. Thank you so very much, all of you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night. All right, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you very soon.